Hello guys and welcome back to this week's fitment video. On today's video we're going to be showing you how to fit a different variation of our LED grill light, which has always been a popular product here at Hunters. We now have 3 different versions available and it's a more simplified, easy fit version of the grill light. So let's get started. Right, so we have 3 different variations now available for our easy fit, more simplified version of the grill light. You may have seen our previous video of how to fit our LED grill light, which is just up here. So we have 3 new available options. We have the square in gloss black. We also have the 2 lines in gloss black also, and with a single line with a carbon effect as well. So when you purchase the LED grill light kit from us, what you'll get is the grill light that you've selected. You also get the wiring harness with the fuse holder. You get a set of cable ties. You also get the cable runners as well. And if you have the LED vents that we'll be doing a video on shortly, you can also, there is an option there to basically have this wire, basically so they work 2 and 2 together. Okay, so the tools required for this fitment and also what we advise is we need a long pick, you need a cable guide, you need a trim tool, you can use a metal one or you can use a plastic one. You need some masking tape, a lot of people have that at home. You need a flathead stubby screwdriver. You may or may not have an impact ratchet at home. We use an impact ratchet just to speed the process up. You can actually use like a 3/8 ratchet with a bit holder in there. And the Torx heads you need is a T30 and also a T20, and we also recommend having a head torch. Okay, the first step is just to apply some masking tape onto the exterior of the body, just so we don't scratch it when we remove this middle panel. So we're going to do it on both sides, just to protect the paint when we're releasing it. The next step is using the T30 bit, remove the 4 Torx T30 bolts from the front of the slam panel. Next up, using a trim tool, release the trim clips just at the top of the slam panel. It's 4 just at the top. The easiest way is to just release the middle part of it, lift it up slightly, and then you can use the trim tool to remove the bottom half. Okay, now remove the slam panel. There's 2 release tags at the back. If you pull them off, then you can take the whole thing off and then put that somewhere safe. Okay, next step, using the trim removal tool, you just want to lift up this connector. There's a little tag just underneath. You want to lift the little tag up on this connector here, push down, and then you can actually release this connector. Okay, next step, you need to use your long pick. You actually want to release these little triangle pieces. We'll show a diagram on the screen now so you can see where they are. There's actually 4 either side of the panel. Add a little bit of masking tape to the front, just so that you don't drop the panel. Okay, now the panel is now released. So these are the 4 clips you have to release. You can see, using the pick, you just push in the triangle parts of that clip and that should release. So the next step is to release the ACC wire using a trim tool. There is another clip to release here as well. Can be a bit difficult sometimes, just be patient. Okay. Next step, using the T20 Torx bit, you want to release the 4 screws which are on the back of the ACC unit, shown here. Next up you have 5 torque screws just to release on the back of the grille. And then you can release the ACC strip or the grille strip, and then you just want to release the clips on the back of that. Nice and easy. If you are difficult, you can use a small pick just to release them as well. And then you can put the badge into your new LED grille strip, like so. Make sure that they are all in. You can see on the back, just make sure that all the clips are actually retained properly. And it should sit nice and flush on the front of the grille light. Okay, so now the badge is installed, you now want to just basically run the wire through this part of the panel, as you can see. Then you can put the grille piece back in like so. Just make sure that the cable is loose and you don't actually snag that when you put the panel back in. And you want to put the 5 T20 screws back in the back. Just check the front just to make sure it's all sitting nicely. Okay, so now you want to remove the sticky back off the back of the cable guides using a pick. And with the cable in, you just want to put it on just like so. One there, and one on the other side. That way it's nice and clear of the ACC. Next step is to reinstall the ACC unit. For this, we're just going to reuse the 420 torque bit screws. Okay, and this is what it should look like now. So as you can see, the cable is completely clear of the ACC module. That's how it should look. Now you want to attach the wire and harness with the fuse connector onto this connector here. And we're going to pop in the clip on the ACC unit. There's actually 2, so one there and one there. And we're going to cable tie the harness to the ACC harness using the cable ties. So we're going to put one cable tie there and one cable tie here. So now just inspect the front part of the panel just to make sure it all sits flush. And we're ready to install the panel back to the vehicle. So for the temporary, just put the cable or the harness just in the engine bay, just loose, just so it's out of the way whilst we reinstall the panel. Obviously, using the 4 clips on either side of this panel, we're just going to feed them into the guides. Okay, so now we're going to run the wire through the wing. So you're going to use your cable guide, just attach the cable with a bit of masking tape, feed it through. You want to run it as good as possible through the wing. And just come out just next to the left strap. And now we need to reinsert the ACC connection. Like so, push it together until you hear a click, and then push the retainer in. You can now put the connector back in the clip. It should look like this. We're now going to tidy the cables up a little bit, just using some cable ties, because we want it to look as neat as possible. Okay, now we need to remove this top shroud. So you can just spin these clips like so. You get your trim tool underneath, and release them. There should be 3 in total. And next up, you want to just release these 2 flathead screws with the stubby flathead screwdriver. Now you can remove the top shroud. Next up, you want to remove the fuse box cover. There's 4 clips either side of that. It is quite tricky to get out. You do need to just be patient with it. Best way to do it is actually just to go as low as possible at the back and raise at the front. We'll also show you where the connectors are for the fuse box that you need to release in order to get the top cap off. Okay, and using some long nose pliers, we're going to remove the fuse from F7B, and that should be a 10 amp fuse. Using a socket, we unfortunately forgot to mention this at the start. You will need a 10mm socket. You just release the bolt like so. Don't need to raise it up too high, because all we're going to do is use the connection as a ground, and then just tighten that bolt back up after the prongs are inserted underneath. It should look like this. Okay, we're now going to reinsert the fuse holder in F7B, like so. Okay, we now need to test that the grille light is operational. So switch the ignition on, and it should light up. At this point, we do have another wire. So if you did want to purchase the Hunter side vents, you would use a different wire, which is a piggyback off this. Basically just gives you another connection off that same fuse. And if you don't have the Hunter side vents, obviously it's the same cable to use. Okay, and from at this point, this is pretty much done. All you need to do now is tighten up the wires a little bit, so there should be some additional cable ties left over. And then you obviously put the covers back on, front slam panel, and you're basically done. So that is the end of this fitment video. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section below, or alternatively, you can get in contact with our sales team. Thanks for watching the video, guys. We'll see you on the next one.